Friends, the war between cyclists and auto drivers here in Brisbane town. Welcome to my Billy Jack Truth. I'm Billy J. Jack, the Duke of Brisbane town, coming at you live from one of the tallest residential towers here in Brisbane town, looking down at you fine folks as you scurry off to your oversized steaks and your beers on a Sunday here in the greatest city in the world, my home, Brisbane town. Well, it makes me sad, friends. There is a lot of conflicts on the roads between them fancy pants MAMILs. You know what a MAMIL is? Middle-aged men in lycra. And others using their cycles. And people in big-ass cars. Well, let's face it. Them folks are driving their big-ass cars all the way into the city. Big-ass SUVs. Right? But let's face it. A lot of folks out there are calling these cars death chariots. Because, you know, every motorist is an entitled asshole, literally insulated from the world around him or her by 3,000 kilograms of metal and glass. Land missiles, death chariots. What do you think? Well, these are the emotive languages being used out there from you fine folks. I hear it in the cafe chit-chat. I read the papers. Don't you read the papers? And I see it all. And the very interesting thing is, it ain't getting much better. There is a lot going on here between the cyclists and them folks in cars. And I gotta say, friends, that when I'm walking around the streets here in Brisbane town, I gotta wash my eyes out for both of them. My peepers have got one peeper on the cars and another peeper on them cyclists. Because them folks sometimes don't always act right. But here's the thing, friends. I don't know if this debate is useful, but it's one we gotta have. Because otherwise there will just be more and more deaths. And that ain't good. Because dying ain't fun. And in them countries like Denmark and in the Holland and places like that, people are fine because they have proper bike lanes everywhere. And when I mean bike lanes that are segregated from the traffic on the roads. Now y'all know the history back in the day when roads were tarmacked. They were tarmacked for bicycles so they could ride on roads. Not for carriages and horses, not for anything else, but for cyclists. But now, everyone wants to be daddy old big pants. Look at me, I have a motor vehicle. Especially them fine folks from the wilds of Asia and the wilds of Europe. For them folks, having a car is our status symbol. And it's a real step up in living standards. Because a few decades ago, they didn't have no cars. And if you go to the wilds of Asia today, any of them countries and cities, you don't even need a damn car. And the wilds of Europe, any of them cities, again, cities you don't need a damn car to transport, so damn good. You will see a whole bunch of young folks clutching and screaming out and hollering out for cars so they can be big daddy old big pants. Look at me, I have a car. Oh, look at me, I have a car. Look at me, and I'm driving around the city. Look at me, I have a car. I'm somebody. It's a status symbol. So, if you ever see anyone, if you can identify someone who comes from the wilds of Europe or the wilds of Asia, and be careful, because them folks, car ownership is a new thing. A lot of folks are saying Musgrave Road's a problem. Buses cornering, cars cornering, trailers, cyclists falling off their bikes or getting into contact with vehicles. And in Melbourne, too, they got problems with tram tracks. And in the regional places, they got roads that are got holes all over them. So it's everywhere. I just don't think any of you folks should be cycling in Brisbane town until they fix this problem. Because painting a little yellow line on the side of the road, red or yellow, doesn't stop a car from hitting your ass and putting you in a hearst. Okay? And if you're in a hearst, you can't eat no French fried potatoes. And I like me some French fried potatoes, so I ain't gonna ride a cycle on them roads in Brisbane town. Okay, friends, cyclists versus cars in Brisbane town, you be the judge. Tell Billy Jack the truth below. Please rate, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Tell everyone, share the video with cyclists. Share the video with non-cyclists. Okay, friends, tell Billy Jack the truth below. Bye for now.